said about y'all. Come on, all the shit they said about us. It's time for us to get out there and show it to them.
What you here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 I got boss in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Try snitching on themselves. DEA ransack.
Let's get it. Let's go. It's on and popping. Your boys are back in the building. It's a football Sunday. It's how it should be. But we're going to keep it on
special.
Friday. Yeah, but this is special. This is special. Mullage and the family out on the cruise. They just got back. So we get to turn it up on a Sunday, which actually gave us a little more time to get some of this week one mini camp stuff in the books, get a feel of what was going on around the league. I got my Washington drip on right now. The Raider stuff is coming. It's all coming. It's all
don't worry about that. I just got a fresh Raider poncho that I'm ready to bust out first day of fall. I got y'all. Don't even worry about it.
So we're gonna kick this off. It is official. This is the first official football Friday / Sunday Inside the Huddle podcast. We're about to get it cracking up in here. When we get going, how was the cruise? I know you said you don't like it, but what happened?
Man, okay, so look, cruises, at least for somebody like me, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but if you know, you know. Cruises for somebody like me, it's kind of Now, I will say this: I did make do with what I had. So there was
How
that.
long was the cruise?
7 days. We went for a week.
Okay, that's what we normally do every year. We go hit that every other year. We hit that 7-day cruise, hit 3 islands.
Yep. You know what it is. Hit them 3 islands. Which wasn't bad. Got to spend some really good time with the fam. Kids enjoyed it, which for me that's the best. That's the most important thing. Kids had the time in their life, and the wife enjoyed it. With my moms and everything like that. Moms and the brother enjoyed it. So yeah, had a pretty good time. Like I said, I had to make do with what I had, and tiptoe around some rules and whatnot and some regulations. But after
see, what happens is you got to find that spot on the boat where security don't mingle, and then you pop off right there. You get your little smoke on you, all right?
I'm saying? Get my little activities on, my little side activities going on. But once I found the recipe, everything went smooth. I'm saying? The food was pretty good, I will say. Activities and stuff was solid. So yeah, it's definitely something that I would have to think about prior to
Or did you go Carnival?
We went Carnival.
Carnival's normally popping though.
Carnival was popping. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was popping. Like there was a lot of activities going on. Like I said, the kids had a blast. My mom's had a blast. They had a lot of 80s parties and stuff like that going on.
Yeah, I'm saying that. You know what it is? We said it last time. From the sidelines, boat cruise is on the way.
It is, and we're gonna have to do something about them Skype only rules to where we're gonna have to shoot a live show from the.
They don't do that. The package to get the social media package is expensive as shit. But if we all put in, we can get it.
Yeah, we can make some magic happen. But I will say, like the activities and stuff like that, like everything else, the feel of the cruise, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Being on a cruise, the experience and everything like that. So I will say that it just took some adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You come through adversity as an athlete and you gotta adjust on the fly. And that's what I did in the field. Came out to be a good game.
But my first cruise was like that. But now, oh yeah. No,
yeah. No, I got the recipe now. You know what I'm saying? I watched some film a little bit, right? Went back and reviewed some game tape. You know what I'm saying? I had to hold myself accountable on some mistakes that I had made. You know what I'm saying? Early on in the game, but later on in the game, we cleaned those up, and it turned out we had a pretty good game. So we'll definitely do it again after reviewing the film.
All right. So like I said, we first week mini camps this week. All the camps opened up. We got to see some of the players. We got to see a lot of great not behind the scenes, but just camera stuff working. I'm going to say this with all of my chest. I don't know who's doing Hard Knocks this year.
So right now in the off season, we got the Giants, and in the end season, they're actually doing all of the AFC North.
Okay, I don't care about that. Now, what they should have did, they should have called us. I would have told you what you needed to do. 2 teams. You don't need to follow nobody else. 2 teams. They're not intriguing in the ways in which you would think a team need to be intriguing going into the league. But 2 teams, 3 teams. 3 teams. Bears.
It's a solid 3 team. Yep.
Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Bills.
Yes.
Those 3 teams. And it's only because of a select few people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Absolutely.
I need as much Xavier Leggett as possible.
He needs to be on camera every single time. Every time.
Keon Coleman needs to be in front of a camera. He is unintentionally funny. He is Jameis
Winston by being a character.
He is Jameis Winston on steroids.
Like quite literally, like he is a natural character, somebody who's just naturally funny. Like everything he says is just, nigga, why are you hilarious?
Why are you hilarious? Like we'll get into him in a second. And the Chicago Bears, told you Caleb by himself is amazing, but then come to find out, Keenan Allen is a clown.
These light-skinned niggas is going crazy right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Crazy. Keenan Allen he's crazy. He's a crazy person.
Keenan Allen was in California too long. I'm not even. He was in LA way too long because I'm not even gonna lie. He might have corrupted him just a little bit. Just
a little bit, but he's crazy, dog. I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to see if I got the video of him and DJ Moore talking.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like when they was talking about Sonic.
So look, like I said, he might have been in SoCal just a little too long. Just a little bit, because we might have got to him just a tad. I'm not saying a whole lot, but just a smidgen. We might have got to that nigga Keenan Allen just a little bit.
Nah, they on his ass. Like I know I said, yeah, okay.
That Sonic clip will forever have me weak because he
I am
dead ass serious. I swear he was.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can. I thought I had. I got it, but I'm throwing it up right. Let me see if I can get it together right now.
And the cool part about it is like these are the conversations that we have in practice, right? Like we'll be sitting there in between.
Football niggas is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like in between reps, and we'll be sitting there having a whole ass conversation about some random shit, like I don't even know, like steak or some shit. Like what kind of steak did you have last night? I know you said you had a steak last night. Oh yeah, you feel me? My chef hooked me up with this nice old steak, and he, you know what I'm saying, just some random ass shit. And then our name get called, and we got to go in there. You feel me? And run into another nigga at 100 miles. Like this is what we do. I can't really explain it, but
it's crazy because to sit there and have the conversation that happened on the sideline, it's amazing the compartmentalization that happens with football players. Because you can literally be talking about the most random shit and then lock in when you got to get on the field.
Quite literally. Like quite literally. And this always brings me back to that conversation with Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman on the sideline. You feel me? Like they in the middle of a game, bro, heated, like it's literally a heated game, close ass game. And Richard Sherman walk up to Marshawn, what you doing for Thanksgiving? Marshawn, I'm gonna be giving out turkeys in the hood. Said, hey, you want me to come with you? You come with me? Yeah, I'll come with you. Shit, you feel me?
It's like,
I was a random ass conversation. Defense up. Like, all right, I gotta go.
Where did that come from? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, I mean, Thanksgiving is like 3 weeks from now, bro. What's going on?
Right. All right. So, which one is this one? This is, like I said, the Chicago Bears had to be on the list of teams you got to listen to this year. So let's see what this is.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta go deep, bro. Yeah, that's sweet. Oh, we way out there. What's going on, gang?
Told you, these light-skinned niggas out, they tripping.
They out here, this light skinned niggas in summer 2024, man, let me tell you something, okay?
And like, I don't know what. I guess I never paid attention to Keenan Allen. Like, I really must not have. And he's one of my favorite players. Like, I like his game, but we've never heard him talk. Like, we've never, like, this part of the NFL is dope. Like, putting the mics and the cameras on the sidelines and getting all of the bullshit that's happening is amazing.
It
That's
is.
amazing.
And you just get to see like the character, the real people, the real person of the football player, right? Because you see these guys, you see the personalities of all these other sports, right? Because they have their face out there, right? Like football players is different because we wear helmets, and you can't really identify all the favorite players and all your favorite players in one setting, right? And like basketball, and like baseball, and like track and field and stuff like that, you can see these players' faces, so you can you can point that person out, right? Well, most of the time with the football player, it's he's a big burly, scary football player, and you don't really get to see his face until some odd shots, and not everybody gets camera time. So when you see stuff like this, it really not only humates a lot of football players because a lot of people think we're
Who's Brandon? I don't know.
Oh, that's my boy, Brandon. Hey, B, we'll get you on. I'm gonna get you on. I still owe you a Thursday wrestling show. I'm gonna get you on a Thursday wrestling show for sure.
You come through right now.
Shout out to my boy Brandon, man. That's we actually gonna get into it a little bit later, but his brother is one of my day ones from football. So when we get to that segment later, we'll go ahead.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to get into the day ones. That is on purpose.
Even with the clip I sent you earlier today with Cam Jordan and Jamal and freaking Jamal, like them talking about anime and Jamal yelling from the freaking sideline like, "Hey man, don't be over here disrespecting One Piece," and him being outside talking about, "I'm only signing anime shit for the media days," and it's like getting to know that side of football players is like really good because a lot of these guys don't get that opportunity.
No, football players they're probably the most unseen of the major sports players. Just because of the helmets, it is because you are so far away from the field, so it's not as intimate as basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, they don't wear helmets or anything like that. You get to see their faces. I actually had a baseball clip. Did I send it to you? The intro from homie for the dot from.
Oh yeah. No, that shit. Hey, I love and hate LA so much. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I just came back from LA, so I love and hate LA so much.
That intro crazy. That thing go. Like if baseball would adapt and be more modern like that,
literally,
you would get more people at the game.
Definitely. I think that would definitely be something to adapt with baseball to bring a younger crowd. Especially since that's something that they've been talking about for the better part of the year.
Especially you get them Latinos in there, boy.
Man, hello.
They're gonna turn that stadium upside down.
Hello. Come on now.
Let's see. Here you go.
Bayless, Sonic, Knuckles.
Bayless is Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Are you good, bro?
What's the bad name?
Dr. Eggman?
I always thought he was the Hedgehog. I swear to God I did.
No.
I never read it, Sonic the Hedgehog. He a hog?
Yeah.
No, bro, he like a squirrel or something.
Hedgehog, bro. He's a hedgehog.
No way.
This is. See, it was the whole when he started. Like, you good, bro?
Look, because that was the question right there. Like, when you really look at your homie, because he says, "You good, bro?" Like,
is the heat getting on you right now? Like, tell me what's up.
We gotta call the trainer, my nigga. You got a concussion or something? You good? What's going on?
He says, I never read it as Sonic the Hedgehog, but he called it Sonic the Hedgehog.
That nigga said straight up, I know his face was dead ass serious. He a hog?
Bruh, what?
Bro, what? Oh, dog. Oh my gosh. I know he was dead.
And he was serious. Like, he was serious. He was serious.
DJ Moore really asked him, like, you good, bro? Like, Is you okay?
Like, you tripping right now.
Oh my god, I don't understand what is going on, but I love it. Whatever they did, whatever like my homie said on TikTok the other day, right? Whatever script they writing this year, they cooking. I ain't gonna lie to you, they are cooking right now. Keep going, okay? I don't know if y'all got Steven Spielberg back there writing, but nigga, keep fucking going.
Nah, keep it going because it's dope. I mean, like I said, it's the NFL finds a way every year, every other year, whatever it may be, to keep the fans totally locked in on their team and gives you. See, the NFL is dope in a sense. As long as the fan bases support their teams, the league is good. It's not like you don't need the fans of the Kansas City Chiefs to be fans of someone else or be like, I like football. Nah, nigga. They just rock out right there, do your thing. Because there's enough casual fans that just like football that carry everything else.
It's true. And I was looking at something the other day. I had shared something on Facebook the other day, and it's not a surprise as to why the NFL is constantly leading in numbers, ticket sales, etc. Like, it's not. This is what they do. They put a lot of money. They put a lot of effort into not only the game, right? Because a lot of people talk about, the safety of the game and stuff like that, which they do take steps in order every single year to make the game safer. So they put a lot of money not only into that, but into branding, into marketing, right? Like, that is one of their biggest staples that I think Major League Baseball doesn't capitalize on at all. Basketball, they're just kind of starting to, but it's still a major uphill battle for them. But NFL, they have got it like literally down packed to the point where it's like they're in a lane of their own.
Exactly. And it's dope to watch it happen in real time because they realize, like, the fans are the league. They run the league. So what we have to do is make sure that they can get their hands on these players so that they can talk to these players. They can interact with the players. They can get the jerseys, the little kids. Like we talked about it just last week about how important it is for these kids to see these players. See them, interact with them, give them high fives. Little kid went crazy when he got a high five from Lamar Jackson. Went crazy. Like Curtis Samuels went over, gave a group a hug. A bunch of kids, they just gave him a hug. Sign my jersey. Like these, but then on the flip side, you saw the NBA players, and this like I said, this is no slight at the NBA players whatsoever. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just showing the contrast in when they was leaving for the Olympics, and the bus and all the players was coming out, and there was people standing there waving, and no one player stopped.
Just one. Just one.
That would be Wardell Stephen Curry.
Wardell Stephen Curry the second, man.
All right. So, and I think for the most part, I think NBA players, because they're so visible, that I guess they kind of get tired of it.
I would think so.
Like, and like I said, this is why I said it's not a shot at them because they're so visible. Like, Joshua Dobbs came to my job last summer. When I tell you, probably about 90% of people didn't know who he was.
I'm pretty sure. And it's crazy that you say that because literally a legend, like quite literally an NFL legend, stepped foot in my job last year. Early last year. And one Ricky Williams.
Oh wow.
The Ricky Williams. Okay. And when I tell you, there was legitimately only 3 people in the building that recognized him.
And Ricky won the Heisman.
I'm talking about the Ricky Williams. Okay. And legitimately, it was me, one of my managers, and another one of my coworkers that recognized him. And everybody was like, bro, why are y'all so gung-ho about a nigga who looked like a hobo? And we're like, if you only fucking knew,
if you knew who that hobo was, and
who that fucking hobo was and what he did back in the day, shit.
Yeah. That was like Sean Merriman came. That's a big ass dude. And people still didn't know who he was. And me and him talked for good. Me and him talked for about a solid hour, just chopping it up, talking football and shit, laughing and bullshit. And everybody's like, "Yo, like who is that?" Like that's Sean Merrick.
Sean Merriman, like,
And it was, and the people start Googling. It's like, oh shit, he played for the
Yeah.
Chargers. Da, da, da. Look at him. He built like a tank.
yeah, it's quite literally like when Marshawn pulled up in my apartment complex because he had a little Joan up there. You know what I'm saying? He's in the middle, standing in the middle of the parking lot. Mind you, he pulled up in a Porsche. Okay,
Right.
not everybody pulls up to the apartment complex in the goddamn Porsche. He parked in the middle of the goddamn street, right in the middle of the road where the two parking structures are. He's parked right in the middle, and he's chopping it up with some homies. And me and my roommates were walking back, and we're like, "Is that Marshawn Lynch, bro, just sitting right here in our goddamn apartment complex?" And mind you, everybody's outside. It's the middle of summer, right? And everybody's just doing what their own thing. And I'm sitting here, me as a Raider fan, knowing that nigga, he grew up right here, like 20 minutes down the goddamn freeway, 10 minutes down the fucking road.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he plays for my current favorite team. And if you know Marshawn, he only signs Raider. I'm like, bro, there's no fucking way this nigga Marshawn Lynch is standing right here and I don't know. This is beast mode, and everybody's just sitting here acting like it's me standing in the middle of the street. Like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? So we sitting up there chopping it up about football. His homies are sitting up there shit like that. Like, I'm like, bro, you feel me? Like, this is crazy. And everybody's wondering, like, oh, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Like, nigga, that's Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. And moving forward, I think that'll change because we get to see the personality of these players, and we get to see a little more of them without their helmets. We get to see, like I said, Keon Coleman, Xavier Leggett, the Caleb Williams. I honestly, I think the person we probably need to give the most credit to for this is somebody that they're not going to give the credit to for this. But I feel like he was the outbreak monkey for this. I don't want to, whatever. Don't take it the way I said it. Just take it the way I said it. Don't take it anywhere else with that. But Odell Beckham.
Oh no, most definitely. I think it's definitely, you definitely gotta credit him. Because him just being himself, right? And a lot of people not liking that definitely rub people the wrong way. But I'll give you another one as well. Superman, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Him with the dancing, the dabbing, and the fashion, and him saying, all the stuff that he was saying. Like, a lot of people, they didn't like that. And a lot of people do not like some people do not like when players that are supposed to just do one thing or supposed to just be good at one thing come out and have personalities and minds of their own. So I love it. Like I said, I love to see it, right? And when you see these guys out in person, you can actually see them as human beings and not just as a famous athlete or a famous celebrity or whatever the case may be. Like, they're humans, you know what I'm saying? They just want to have conversations and stuff like that. Normally when I run into athletes and stuff like that, and I do run into a lot of them, I don't even like to talk about sports because these niggas is around fucking sports all fucking day. Like I'll talk about some random shit. I'll talk about stocks. We'll talk about fucking business. We'll talk about some other shit, golf. Like, a lot of these niggas love golf. A lot of them love golf. Just talk about anything that's not their sport, you know what I'm saying, to relate to them on another level, other than, oh, well, I love what you did last season, and oh my gosh, you're just so well, and my fantasy team, and all my bets, and they don't care about that shit, bro. Like, a lot of them just want to treat it like a human being.
Yep, and that's one of the reasons why, not one of the reasons, but one of the things I have brought up to, I told you I reached out to Darren Waller, and was like, yo, come on the pod, let's talk. I'm local here in Vegas. Let's chop it up. I want to talk about the music. I want to know how you got there. Like, is that a source of therapy for you? Because I know for me, that's how I got into music.
No, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So taking it beyond just football and tapping into who he is as a man, who he is as a person.
As an individual.
You know what I mean? And, but that's what this current NFL situation has presented to us as fans, to get to just see them, man. Like it's just I just think it's dope. It's really dope how the evolution has happened.
Most definitely.
Let's see why can't I find it? Damn it. Do I have it in here already? I think I might have it here.
I don't even have enough name tags. I need a name.
Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, Megan, the sun is hitting me all in the face right now.
Yeah, my boy Mel got to work on them angles. He got the sun going crazy. He is out there in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure, like Sacramento, it is hot. So you know what I'm saying? We got to do some things to where he can stay cool, calm, and collected. You know what I'm saying? As we do the show, because it does kind of get hot. And, when you're behind the glass in the hot sun in Vegas,
right? And it's still, I gotta figure out how to do this right now.
It's just it gets kind of hectic. So. But if anything though, he is getting a nice little fashion idea right now, because if he decided to put white stripes on that sweater, all I'm saying is they probably would, you feel me, really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the white stripe on the sweater is nice. I think if you probably like break it up a little bit to where the white stripes don't necessarily clash with the logo, right?
It's not. It's my blind.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. I'm just saying, like, you feel me? You getting some really solid, like, really getting a really solid outfit idea right now. Because if you threw the white stripes on the sweater, I ain't gonna lie to you, it takes it up. You feel me?
It might take it to the roof.
You know what I'm saying? It takes it up a few levels. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving some pointers to the designers. You feel me? For the next time y'all want to roll out some merch, throw a few stripes on there, something that don't clash with the logo. Not too many stripes, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not trying to do too much, space them out a little bit. And I think you might have some. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Let's get to Keon Coleman real quick.
I don't even have enough name tags. I need a name tag though. I don't want their color though. It's our color. I gotta be a part of my team. I just gave you what you thought. Man, that was their colors, bro. I got my hat like a DB coach.
Name a football bowl game.
The Peach Bowl. Damn. What the hell? How the Peach Bowl was last? The Peach Bowl usually help you get to the championship. What the hell? It's the y'all gonna keep pouting or y'all gonna play? Hey, they stalling, man. Come on, bro. Hey, y'all can't be sharing answers, bro. That's in the rules. Hey, that's time. A panther ain't no damn bird. Hey, they slow. What the? Hold up. A jaguar is a bird. Hey, where these employees at? Oh yeah, we got it. What the? What? Yeah, I ain't lying. We gotta call these employees, whoever answering these questions, bro. I didn't know a panther was a bird. They need to go to the zoo.
They need to go to the zoo.
That nigga got the soul of an 80-year-old man in a 20-year-old body.
Oh my God! Hey, he is hilarious. I swear he is so fucking funny, bro. Oh, because he was right though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on the side, like, man, hell no, y'all over here shit.
Right, like I get but this is why Keon Coleman must see TV. The Buffalo Bills are going to be dope. Like there's certain teams watching training camp videos and stuff like that I feel very, very, very good for.
Oh no, most definitely.
Like the Panthers are one. Washington, I love that locker room. They love Jaden Daniels. They love Jaden.
And it's quiet over there, which means it's scary. That's scary.
Right. Like I'm the Bears, the Bills, the Texans. We're gonna get in on the Texans in a minute.
We're gonna get into
them,
my boys.
They look scary.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Okay. Cleveland's looking good. Like there's a lot of teams looking very, very good right now. And I know it's the first week of OTAs and all that. I get it. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna overhype everything, but that's what we're here for. That's why we're here.
That's our job.
Right. So this is football for me. Like I'm like a little kid right before Christmas. Right.
Literally, we're back, and I know we still got just a little over a month.
Not even. We got the Hall of Fame game this Thursday.
Exactly. Hall of Fame game is this Thursday, but we're back, bro. We're back.
We here, bro.
We are here. Okay, football is back. College football done dropped. Okay, 25. I know everybody gonna go crazy about that.
We're gonna get into the college football as well.
Like we are back, bro. Football is here.
It is here, literally, quite literally. Like, hold on, let me see if this is the right clip. Shout out my boy Dominique, Never Maryland dude, Bomani Jones. You know how I love Bomani. That's my guy. Neek is my dude too. But speaking of college.
Sunday morning, we gonna get to it. I had thought about it all night and was like, I know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in a way that allows me maximum trash talk. It wasn't even trash talk as much as it was narrating the game. Come out in a formation that he ain't never seen because he's 11. I want a formation that we ain't even run in the 90s. Flex bone. I'm yelling flex bone at his beer. It was so much fun. Read your keys, boy. Read your keys. How frustrating is it? Somebody get 4 yards of play on your and yell at read your keys. You better tell that defensive end to stop slanting down. I'm gonna make him pay every time. He don't even know what's going on.
Shout out to Bomani Jones in the right time. For anybody who don't know, I'll probably play the first half of that clip. He was playing his son in college football. His son beat him because his son is one of them new age football Madden niggas. Want to throw the ball all over the place, roll out with the quarterback, be crazy. So typical in old head fashion. You want to tick one of these kids off?
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Just run the ball. Run the ball.
Run the
Play
fucking
football.
ball.
Like, don't play college football. Don't play a video game. Play real football. Come out first down, stretch left. 4 yards. Dive. 4 yards. Dive again. First down.
Do you know how many? This is the reason why. First of all, this is the reason why I don't play Madden online anymore. Okay, because so many people have rage quit, right? And
I make them rage quit all the time.
And for me, right, like my defense, it depends because I'm one of those guys who plays through the linebacker and the safety, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can score my defense, I give you the credit. But I'm a guy who, like Mel says, right, and like Mr. Foxworth alluded to, I'm one of the guys who plays real football, okay? And I've had so many guys on the mic, why are you playing like that? No, you gotta play real football. This is real football.
It's real football, bro.
This is real football, okay? Because like I learned in high school, okay, when you run that split back veer, 3 times 4, it's 12. Okay.
Yep.
When I run this motherfucking 36 out, okay, and this 30 trap, and this 35, yeah, like
you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad. I'm
gonna gap at you.
I'm going to frustrate the hell out you all the way up until you like
time. I'm gonna put your outside backer, your DN, into a spot every single time, depending on we don't care what fucking defense you're in. Your outside backer, your DN, I don't care. I'm gonna put him in a spot every single fucking time, and not to mention, I'm gonna fuck up your weak side linebacker.
Yep, because
you're not gonna be able to stop it. My quarterback gonna have 120 yards passing.
My goal is this: I'm a scorer. If I stop you from scoring, you might as well quit. You might as well.
As soon as I get that first stop, like turnover, stop, 3 and out, it's over. Don't let me go up 2 scores because after that it's bad.
It's a wrap. Because the quarter's only 5 minutes, and I'm gonna use the whole first quarter.
Yeah, the whole first half. Don't let me get the ball. If I get ball first half, if
you lucky, you'll get it right before halftime.
It's might as well. It just might as well wrap because the way I'm going to run the ball and meticulously move down the field, by the time you get the ball in the second quarter, you're going to have like 2 seconds left.
You be stressed out trying to score because you're gonna be like, if I score and then get back in, because if I stop you at the halftime, if I get the ball first and I drive and I eat up a quarter and a half and I stop you and then you don't score again in the third quarter, you be lucky if you see the ball in the fourth quarter.
And that's normally my strategy, right? Me personally, like I don't care to receive first half, right? I honestly want you to receive first half because I want you to be so gung-ho about scoring, Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and try to take that first shot deep because I already know that's what you basic ass fucking Madden and college football players. That's what y'all do now. Y'all basic as fuck. Y'all don't know how to play football. Y'all don't know about the game of football. And y'all think just because you got a fast receiver, this is the reason why you guys pick the Vikings or the Bengals or y'all pick these teams with the best receivers on them because you think that as soon as the first play opens, okay, you're going to try to throw it deep. I'm going to pick it, and then I'm going to go down and run the clock off, and I'm going to score. And then you're going to try to do the same thing, and I'm going to run the clock off, and I'm going to pick it, and I'm going to fucking score. And then guess what? I'm going to be up 2 fucking touchdowns, and then you're going to be sitting there panicking. And then when you throw that third interception because you keep trying to do the same thing, that's when you're ready. It happens every time. Oh, and Cam, I'm ready for the smoke, man. I be watching you on your TikTok live, bro. I be watching you. I be watching you on your Twitch account. Cam, I'm ready for the smoke.
Cam might have to be next on the hit list. I take out all the top Madden niggas. Game, all them niggas. I smoked all of them.
We ready for the smoke over here. We can get it inside the huddle, man. You feel me? And y'all can run 2v2s against us. And we I'm telling you.
Oh, that's you don't definitely want to do that.
We will run the table. It's not even a game.
All right. What are your thoughts on? Okay, let's start with the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Tua got his deal.
Yes.
Thoughts? Okay,
I mean,
so we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, because I'm not. The way I see it, y'all started over 500 2 years in a row and severely fell off either in the playoffs or before the playoffs. And with the offense that you guys had, the defense that you guys have, am I going to sit here and say that Tua deserved that deal? Absolutely not.
No. I would have waited. And just off of, let me see what is going to hit free agency, what doesn't, or what deals I could possibly make before I commit to somebody that and this is me talking. This is not, I don't know if the Dolphins feel like this at all, but a guy that I don't think is the difference maker at that position.
That's fair.
Because, we talked about it last week as well, that I believe should the Dallas Cowboys fall on their face, Dak is going to be the odd man out. I think CD and Micah will be Cowboys moving forward. I think if anybody's going to have to move or get moved, it'll be Dak Prescott.
I think so too. Honestly, that's what it's looking like as of recently.
And if I'm the Dolphins, a guy like Dak, I rank him higher than I would rate someone like Tua.
Well, yeah.
So, to have the ability to bring a guy like Dak in, this is all predicated on things just falling apart completely. Even Justin Fields.
Honestly.
There's guys that are out there. You know what I mean? That I would, and it's not to say that Tua is not a good quarterback. I just don't think he's the Miami Dolphins quarterback.
I think that's fair. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really think that's fair. Main reason being is because when you think of Tua, you don't think of a top 10 quarterback.
Right.
So it's kind of far-fetched to think that you should pay him top 10 quarterback money when you break down or when you look at it or when you just list the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, he's not there. So you probably get to a solid 13 or 14 quarterbacks before you get to Tua. So
because what I would do is you just play the game, even though it's not fair to play the game, but this is how I would do it. How would that team look if Joe Burrow was the quarterback?
Whew.
How would that team look if Lamar was the quarterback?
Oh my God, you give Lamar, Tyreek, and A-Chain and fucking Mostert? Goodness gracious.
And then, you run it down with Mahomes and Hurts and all of these guys and Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. And you start getting deep down that list where you realize, bro, all you need is a competent dude back there just to light it up.
That's really it.
So that's them. The Jets, from what I see, Aaron Rodgers is there now, throwing the ball, doing what he's doing. Him and Garrett Wilson had a little thing going on,
That
a little spat. They got over it. The Jets are an intriguing team because on paper, they're a top 5 team.
most definitely. When you look at, especially when you look at both sides of the ball.
So
Somebody's sitting out in training camp waiting for a contract for the Jets. I'm gonna find it.
for the Jets, I think everybody showed, as far as I know.
Seeing it the other day, I gotta find it.
But I think on like I said, on paper it looks like they should be fighting for an AFC championship spot. But health always comes into play with the Jets, especially at the quarterback position. But I like their backup. They got the guy that I wanted. Jordan Travis is the guy I wanted in Las Vegas. If we couldn't get Penix or Jaden Daniels, Jordan Travis was the next guy. And they passed on him entirely too many times. I don't know why, but the Raiders did. I don't know. But should anything happen, I think they're in good hands with Jordan Travis as the backup.
I'm still frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I have faith. I'm not gonna lie, I have faith. I just feel like I said, that was our guy. Might still be able to get him some way somehow, but as far as the Jets go, they're all the talk about Aaron Rodgers trying to get the madman or the monkey off his back. Whatever the fuck he's going through right now. Stay off the weed, Aaron Rodgers. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If there's one person who don't need to be smoking weed, it's you. So stay off the weed. It's whoever your plug is, fire them. You getting some bad shit. Tap in with me, I can get you right. Now, of course, him and Garrett Wilson had the little, outing, whatever the case may be, but that's fine. There is somebody I'm trying to find out who it was. That's, I think, waiting for a contract. I think it's either tackle or D-line, somebody like that, but he's waiting for a contract. So we'll get into that a lot later because, a lot of guys are sitting out or, awaiting a contract extensions. But like I said, we'll get into that a little later. But like Mel said, on paper, they do look like a Super Bowl or at least AFC championship team. Barring health, I think they should. Me personally, I think they are a very tough second round out. But I don't really see AFC championship or Super Bowl just yet. I just think that they are really talented.
They're gonna have to do something. Because
they have to.
That's why you brought Aaron Rodgers in.
Exactly. But like I said, I see them as a tough second round out. But the clock is ticking before a lot of those puzzles get moved over there. So
because Sauce is up for his contract next year?
Mm-hmm.
Is it next? So, because this is his third.
This is his third year. So yeah, next year. So he got 2 years, but next year he can officially, start to talk about his contract extension and stuff like that.
And that same thing with Garrett Wilson, Quinnen Williams.
I was gonna say Quinnen Williams, Jermaine Johnson, all those guys over there. They're up for
DJ Reed.
Yep.
So they're gonna have questions that need to be answered real soon. So they don't have time to fool around. So they definitely are on the clock as far as what they need to do as far as winning AFC Championship, Super Bowl with this current roster as it is. Maybe a 2-year window. It was a 3-year, but you blew that last year with Aaron getting hurt. So that's out of the window. On to the Patriots, who have zero window. I have zero expectations for the New England Patriots this coming year. I think it's going to be bad. It's going to be Patriot fans need to adjust their expectations of what the team used to look like and what it once was, because it's not going to be that. It's going to, you have to tear it down, and that's what they're doing, and rebuild it. And this is definitely going to be a rebuild season. We'll see what happens with the quarterback, the skill position, new offense, all of those types. I think the defense will probably still be solid. Jabril Peppers just got his deal. But as far as that offense and what people are used to seeing, it ain't gonna be that.
It's interesting because just reading about and looking at everything about the Patriots, you see Gerard Mayo is taking a different approach, right? And like Mel said, I don't really have a lot of high hopes for the Patriots. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know their defense is always going to be stout, especially with Gerard Mayo at the helm. The offense without receiver help, with you can't lean on Ramondre Stevenson, especially after coming off the ACL injury, and with questions at quarterback because they're still not they don't have high regards in Drake May yet. Of course, their offense isn't going to look really prominent, but the approach that Gerard Mayo was going with, just trying to change the culture of the Patriots, right? Because the Patriots have this stigma, they have this environment, this culture where everything is work, and they're basically like robots, or treated like an army, or whatever the case may be. Especially under the realm or the helm of Bill Belichick. So him adding a new Patriots lounge with PlayStation, ping pong, stuff like that, and telling the reporters like this is important to bond as a team. And even though this team or this dynasty has come from a great past, the future hasn't really looked as bright. And I think he's trying to change that and trying to go in a direction that I think is going to help him in the long run and help the environment of that team in the long run. Because as we know, Bill Belichick is gone. Tom Brady's gone. Josh McDaniels is gone. All of those guys, that was part of that championship pedigree over there is gone. And that same championship pedigree obviously didn't carry over to the new regime. So it's time to implement something new, something fresh, and try to see in which direction it can be taken. And I respect Gerard for it. It's going to be some struggles. Definitely going to be an uphill battle. Nobody's expecting them to come in and instantaneously win playoff games to go to a championship or whatever the case may be. But he's taking the steps in the right direction, and you can only commend him for trying. Shoot, especially somebody who's played in that program before. So
right.
That's kind of big. That's kind of big in him.
Yeah, and it's just it's going to be an adjustment for the Patriots, and they'll be fine eventually. But for the next couple years, it's going to be rocky for you guys up there in, what is it? Are they in Storrs? Who's in Connecticut? What part of Connecticut they at?
So I call it Boston because a lot of Bostonians represent the Patriots, but I really don't know where New England resides at. We're gonna have to get GQ on the show and ask him exactly.
Because he's the Patriot guy. So
he's our resident Patriots fan. So we're gonna have to get him on here and have him give us a quick rundown of New England and the Patriots and where they're located and stuff like that. Because I know their old stadium I know their new stadium's in Foxborough as well. But
Foxborough. There we go. That's what I meant. There we go. Foxborough. Then we move on to, like I said, one of my faves, the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to be the team in the AFC East. MVS was the guy. I knew they had gotten another wide receiver. It was Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Okay.
So, having Marquez Valdez, MVS, having Curtis Samuel, having Keon Coleman as weapons for Josh Allen, I think that's good. Not having the dominant personality of a Stephon Diggs as a number one, I think Keon Coleman will turn into the number one, but that's going to take a little bit of time for him. So until that time happens, having the ball spread out, using those guys for what they do well, having MVS, taking the top of the defense, stretching out the defense, doing what he does. Curtis Samuel's on the jet sweeps, doing all the nasty work underneath. But that sounded great.
Crazy, but we're gonna let it rock.
Y'all understand where I'm going with that. with the Dalton Kincaid and, Keon Coleman being the chain mover, working, the deep thirds, making the contested catches. And when you get in the end zone, you got a big body guy that can box out and make those tough catches and contested catches in the end zone.
I think that's fair. Honestly, I think with the Bills, I think their main direction right now is they're going for a few or multiple Stephon-like receivers, right? Quick receivers that can kind of get out there. Want to change kind of the way that Josh Allen plays. And what I mean by that is not having him rely so much on the deep ball, because we understand Josh Allen has a really strong arm. We're not doubting that. So when you have a quarterback that has a really strong arm, of course, he wants to go down the field. Of course, we want him to go down the field. We want him to have all these explosive plays. But at the same time, he has to understand how to meticulously pick apart a defense and not just look for the constant home run shot. This is the reason why he throws a lot of interceptions. But in order to get that down, you have to now short and simplify the game to where he's taking a lot more quick options, right? This is the reason why you go get a Curtis Samuel. It's the reason why you draft a Keon Coleman. This is the reason why you have a Dalton Kincaid. This is the reason why you bring in those guys, and why you solidify a guy like James Cook, because he's turning into a really solid runner out the backfield. It's because you want Josh Allen to not only not sustain as much damage, right? Because he did have the UCL injury in his elbow, with the running and taking as much contact because for the love of whatever the fuck, he doesn't know how to get down.
No, he's fucking hard-headed.
Yeah, he's just, like I said, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with him. But you want to not only prolong the play of your franchise quarterback, but at the same time maximize his effort and potential. So them getting or kind of trying to change the outlook of the offense while having an MVS that can still, take out the top of the defense. Because people do forget he did run a 4.3. Like he is very, very fast.
Yeah.
It still gives you that sense to where, you still have that deep shot, that long ball, but to really just take what the defense gives you and, slowly but surely pick your way down the field, and let's dissect this defense from essentially the inside out. And that's how we're going to win a lot of games.
Yep. And, it just becomes, you do it by committee. You don't really rely on one guy because you don't have that one guy. So they're going to miss Stephon Diggs. That's 100%. They're not going to. They're going to miss that dude. But
absolutely.
I think this may actually help Josh moving forward, being able to spread the ball.
Long run.
Being able to spread the ball around and stuff like that. Trying to get this video up. Where is it? I got this one. Let's see what this one. I know it's Buffalo. Okay. That's not the one I was looking for. Like I said, I took like 1,000 videos. This one is right here. This one right here. But a lot of people were talking like how the Bills might have taken a step back this year, not having Gabe Davis, losing Stephon Diggs, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, I don't think so. I actually like the addition. Here's the video.
Obviously, big body. He moved well in some of the scramble drill stuff that we did. There's the refs called him out, but on one of the touchdown catches. But I was right there. We'll see it on tape. I'm pretty sure he was in.
He was in.
He was in.
I had the second part of that. I don't know what the hell it is. They actually showed in slow-mo. He had both feet down, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was in for sure.
Like
crazy.
But that's going to be the plus for the Buffalo Bills. Like Keon Coleman is going to be the X factor for that Bills offense. I think the defense is still going to be solid. I think Von Miller has a little resurgence in him. He come back healthy, get some things going with himself. I think the Bills are going to be a scary team. Even though I know people are like, well, you always talk crazy about Josh Allen. I will, and I will always continue to. But
every time.
I am fair with my talks. Okay.
Definitely feel our assessments.
Like, so then let's go AFC North. Starting with where we want to start. Oh, you know where we can start? We can start here. Copyright. Yeah, Joe Burrow decided since Eminem and Slim Shady was coming back, he was going to come back. And he dyed his hair looking crazy. I'm not mad at him for it. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Just back it up. Don't get hurt.
His Slim Shady Joe. He is no longer Joe Shiesty. He is Slim Shady Joe now. So Parliament said he popped out. He's feeling good. He has a whole bunch of new ideas and a whole bunch of shit that he's talking. Hey, talk your shit, Joe. Just make sure you're healthy enough to play this year, please.
Yeah. And the Bengals are a tricky team.
Very much so.
Because I don't know what they are now. With no Joe Mixon, I don't know what that running game looks like.
Are you going to pay Jamar? That's the question.
I think they have to.
So then what are we going to do with T. Higgins?
I think this is what happens with this is why I said they're tricky and I don't understand them. Do you make the full commitment to building the team around Joe Burrow? Because the team was not built around Joe Burrow. Regardless of what other people may think, he may be the quarterback, but the team was still built on the running game, play action, and getting the ball to the weapons on the outside. Do you completely commit to a guy that can't stay healthy? That's my question.
Well, you lost Tyler Boyd. So you lose one head of the quote-unquote three-headed monster.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay T. Higgins, and you have to pay Jamar Chase. If you don't, you lose. You're at risk of losing T. Higgins. We know you're probably going to end up, not even probably, you're going to end up paying Jamar Chase. Like, that's a given. We already know that's going to happen.
Because the scary part about all of this, for me anyway, is this. I'm pretty sure they're going to pay Jamar. But if they don't pay Jamar.
Possibility.
Odds Jamar ends up in Minnesota with Jets.
And that would be the crazy thing, right? Because we understand that those boys have been plotting to play together again now. Whether that is with Joe, whether that is with, in Minnesota with the Vikings, which I'm pretty sure they're trying to coordinate. The reason why it's probably taking so long is they're trying to coordinate it or trying to break it down somehow to where if they do acquire Jay Jettas in a trade, if they do end up paying, Jamar.
Stay with the Bengals because I'm gonna touch on the Vikings aspect of this because there's a whole nother X factor involved. But we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, no, most definitely. I just think that the logistics are the reason why as to why it may be taking so long. And this is just me speculating. I'm not saying that I have insider scoop or anything, but the reason as to why it may be taking so long is because they're trying to work it out to the point where you can have Joe who's paid, Jamar who's paid, and a Jay Jettis who's paid. I don't know. At this point, it's like Mel said, they're honestly, to me, they're one of the trickiest teams in the league because they have an opportunity to do something crazy. It's just, will they?
Right. And it's, but I don't think they're going to have the season that everybody thinks they're going to have.
I don't think so either.
I think they take a couple steps backwards this season. The team that I think is going to be very, very sneaky, even though they shouldn't be, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think a lot of people are kind of sleep on them, even though I'm a diehard Steelers hater. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them right now. They've been quiet, and whenever a team, is having a really quiet kind of training camp, that's not really a good thing for a lot of the teams because that means there's something cooking over there, right? Like you don't really know what's popping, and you know, or when they're having the training camps to where a lot of people are boasting a lot of the bad stuff, right? Like Baker last year. And everybody wants to play his low lights, but you know, he comes out and he's cooking all your favorite teams and shit and makes it to the playoffs. Like,
I'm gonna get to Baker because it was crazy what I was watching. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Because y'all gonna stop with the goddamn Baker slander and respect my boy. Y'all hear? But the Steelers are gonna be sneaky good, even though a team who hasn't had a losing record since Mike Tomlin's been the coach should not have or should not be considered sneaky. They should be worried about.
Definitely.
Especially now with what they're doing at the quarterback position, whether it's Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, it's better than anything they've had the last couple of years.
Well, from what I'm watching, that whole quarterback kind of duo tandem right now, that's really working for him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it seems like Justin is learning a lot from Russ, and from what the whispers that I've been hearing around, you know, the Steelers camp and, you know, Twitter and, you know, stuff like that, the research I've been doing is a lot of guys are bought in. A lot of these young receivers are bought into what Russ is cooking, what Justin is cooking. You know, everybody's always going to be bought into, you know, Tomlin. Hey man, y'all better be careful, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm waiting for that. I can't wait for the Raiders Steelers game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so that's what I said. The Steelers are going to be my sneaky team. Don't want to go to the Ravens now. Let's go to the Ravens. They're going to be as good as healthy. They're going to be as good as health allows them to be.
I would suggest the same thing.
If they're 100% healthy, outside of the Texans, the best team in the AFC. My opinion, just my opinion. I think it's going to be hard to deal with their running game this season with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. It's just, it's scary because you have to, when they run a read or zone option, you have to worry about three things. Him giving it to Derrick Henry, which is scary enough, then him running the ball, or him throwing like a bubble or a quick pass to Zay Flowers. That offense is going to be tough to deal with. It's going to be tough because I don't think you have enough guys to commit. The biggest issue with Derrick Henry, with all the teams he's ever been, is that teams were always able to stack the box.
That's true.
You're not going to be able to stack the box in Baltimore. So when you start moving guys out of that box, because you got to cover these wide receivers, and you have to worry about Lamar, how much space is he going to have to run? That's when it gets dicey for defenses. Because now, if you do decide, yo, we got to stack this box. We got to get in here. Well, you got Zay Flowers, you got Mark Andrews, you got Devin Duvernay, you got Rashard Bateman. You need people to cover, and them are some hard dudes to cover one-on-one because you're gonna have to go man if you stack in the box. So, good luck. If that offense takes off the way I envisioned it in my mind as an offensive coordinator to have these types of weapons at my disposal, that's a tough out. That's tough. It's tough.
I think
short yardage, good luck.
I think this is exactly what the Ravens needed, right? This is exactly the kind of running back, the kind of bruiser that the Ravens needed. When you look at the Ravens, right, they've had a lot of troubles, mainly at running back staying healthy, right? We've had Joshua Dobbs, who was a top pick coming out of Ohio State. J.K. Dobbins, sorry. J.K. Dobbins. Torn ACL, right? Then he gets hurt again. Prior to that, you got Mark Ingram. He's getting hurt. Gus freaking Gus the Bus Edwards, right? He can't stay healthy, right? So you had all of these running backs, all of these guys, and they're bringing in guys. Kenyon Drake, he ends up breaking his ankle. Right, like it's he and actually tearing his ACL as well. So it's just a lot of these guys that they've had, right? And regardless of the fact of what people want to say about them having about them at receiver, they've had success despite the lack of success of receivers, right? So
and running back, like they've been doing this with
no receiver help, right? Like Mark Andrews just got to the league and just turned up 2 seasons ago, like literally 2 seasons ago. Like this, he hasn't been in the league till over 10 years. He just got here. He's just had his best season 2 seasons ago. So this they've been doing something behind or on the strengths of a good defense and a great running game. So for me, this is something that Lamar needed because now you have a guy who's more of a big bruiser type, right? To where he's going to be healthier long, right? So he can prolong that kind of offense that they want to run. But when you add a Rashad Bateman, when you add a Zay Flowers, when you add a Delvin Duvernay, like when you add these guys and you bring back a healthy Mark Andrews, that just turns this offense up that much because now you have to not only worry about them in first down situations, second down situations, but you have to worry about them in third down situations, right? And it's not just going to be we're just going to plug the hole or plug the box because we know Lamar is going to go on a QB sneak or Lamar is going to pull it and take off to the outside. Nah.
no more.
They're going to give it to Derrick Henry, and y'all got to meet him in the fucking hole. But guess what? What if they do a pop pass? Boom, Mark Andrews is wide open because y'all want to clog the hole. Oh, shit. Well, you want to clog the hole and want to go one-on-one. Now we got Rashad Bateman one-on-one. Now we got Zay Flowers one-on-one. Now this is how it works. So now I think, like I said, I think that move for both of them was the perfect move because now it doesn't have to be all on Lamar. And on the flip side, coming from the Titans, it doesn't have to be all on Derrick Henry. Now these guys can play off each other.
You know what this reminds me of? Not as ridiculous and bad as it was, but this is KD going to the Warriors for me.
This is essentially just kind of the same thing.
This
if they can tap on the championship, which I think they will this year, I think this is essentially the same thing.
Yeah, like the Texans are my team, but the Ravens are a very close second in the AFC.
I think they have the recipe to do it. I think John is desperately determined right now. They're making the right moves and they're putting the players in the right pieces. I think they have the right recipe. And like you said, I think this ultimately it depends on health. These guys can stay healthy mainly on defense, because I feel like on offense they are going to stay healthy enough to the point where it's going to get them over specific humps. But on defense, if they can stay healthy and maintain the top 10 defense, this team is going to be very hard to beat.
It's going to be scary. The next squad, Cleveland Browns. And what I wanted to say when we was talking about Baker, I was inside the Cleveland Browns forum because they had showed it was a clip of they were talking about celebrations or whatever, and it was Baker came sliding in, did the camera thing on somebody who scored a touchdown, and all of a sudden, this team was so great when Baker was here, right? We miss Baker, and whoa. Let me inform y'all. The reason why Baker ain't there is because of y'all. Okay?
This is true.
Y'all didn't appreciate him when he was there. Like, all the success, everything that's happening now is all because of Baker.
True.
Understand that. It's all because of Baker. Once he became the quarterback, the whole momentum shift of that organization, Kevin Stefanski is part of that as well. I'm not excluding him from that, but He also needed that guy. And Baker brought attitude to that team.
Well, Baker specifically asked for that guy, so without Baker, they wouldn't have him.
That is also true, 100%.
So when it comes to Baker, like you said, they do owe him a lot. Main reason being, he is the guy who won in their first playoff game in over 20 years.
That part.
Literally took the Chiefs within a play.
But if the defense would have held their damn water and not let a backup quarterback do starter shit, Who knows?
Like this he had this team literally a play away from an AFC championship berth. I think people forget that. And then had everybody write him off while he's playing with his torn labrum. Like quite literally playing and throwing the ball with the torn labrum. He had a brace on his shoulder, and he would have to do specific warm ups and throw the ball at a different angle, because he was still out there playing with the torn labrum. So, if you guys ever question the kind of person or the kind of dog that Baker is, don't, because he's quite literally the reason why the Browns have the hype, and he's a different kind of player, as we see.
And so with that, I still believe Cleveland can be very dangerous. Very.
Absolutely.
Very.
That defense.
That defense.
All those guys back. That offense.
You got the Diddler back. He's healthy.
Oh, Deshaun the Diddler Watson, man.
The Diddler's back. So as long as he's healthy, you know, Nick Chubb is back. He's going to be healthy. I think, what's his name? Elijah Moore takes another step forward. I like how they, at the end of the season, how they started using Elijah Moore. They started using him like Deebo Samuels, and I think that's going to be the key to their offense, is using him at the running back position, on the jet sweeps, at wide receiver, just moving him and creating mismatches with him. I like that element that they put in the offense with him last year.
And it's crazy when you think about Elijah Moore. A lot of people are, trying to speed his the type of development or the type of role that the Browns are trying to put him in. But I actually like it. Like you said, I like the way that he's developing, like the kind of the route in which he's going, because they're bringing him along surely, and they're putting him in places to where he's only going to succeed at. And that's only going to not only do better for his career, but it's going to do better for the team as a whole. So I like how they're bringing him along slowly but surely. They understand the type of player that they do have. And if you've been, keeping up with Browns training camp or just Browns news, him and Amari Cooper have been working very, very closely together, which if that's very scary.
That's scary. And I like, he's one of these, he's in the mold of the Nico Collins. He's in that mold, the Garrett Wilson. That's why I thought him, I'm still blown that the Jets they traded him to the Browns. It's crazy.
Can you imagine Garrett Wilson and him?
Bruh, like that's crazy. I still don't know why they did that. But he's in that mold. He's a new age wide receiver. Like he's so talented. His talent is massive. Like the way you can use him, he's just a weapon. Is really what I'm going with this. He's just a weapon. And you can put him wherever you need to put him. You're going to get production no matter where he goes, and he's going to create that mismatch. So as long as he's consistently growing, getting better, becoming a better route runner. He put a little more size on over the off season. He looks bigger. So that's good. Deshaun, his arm doesn't look bad. He's a couple passes I did see him throwing. He had the power. He had the zip on the pass. He's looking like Deshaun before the injury. So
I would say so. It's just Deshaun with him, just having him. First of all, we understand that he missed a lot of time during football, so getting back into the speed and the understanding of the NFL game is definitely going to take some time. So I think seeing from the clips that I've been seeing, him understanding and kind of learning how defenses look again in live action, I think that's coming to him a lot quicker like it was when he was on the Texans. So that's one good thing that I am seeing. And like you said, the zip on the ball, right, is definitely reminiscent of what we've seen in the past. But I've noticed the reason why, and I don't know if a lot of people notice it, but of course, people like us, if you really watch, you notice the small details. His throwing motion has changed.
Yeah.
He's changed his throwing motion. And I don't want to say that that's specifically because of the injury. I think that was something that they were kind of working on prior to the injury and when he first came in. But if you look at it, it's more of a kind of Yeah, it's a quicker kind of an overhand release compared to what he was doing before, which was more of a kind of an off-angled release to where it was almost like a baseball throw, but not to the point where it was a whole baseball throw. It's kind of difficult to explain without showing it, but it's more of a overhead arc release to where the ball comes out quicker at a higher angle. And that's a lot better for the shoulder rotation as far as quarterbacks go, and it helps them with a lot more accuracy. It helps them with a lot more ball placement. So looking at Deshaun now, I think he's going to be poised for a lot of people giving him top 10 quarterback nods again if he can maintain his health. I think that's going to be his ultimate challenge this year, because just looking at him and how he's playing and how he's seen the field and the zip on his ball, that sounded crazy.
It did a little bit.
I think he's in for a good season, and I think the Browns are in for a really good season as well.
Yep. Moving along, AFC South. This division, I want to. Okay, it's kind of dicey because if you watch the show, you already know. I believe the Texans are the best team in the NFL right now. I don't care who won the Super Bowl last year. The Texans, until further notice, they're the best team on paper. That is the best squad you could assemble on a football roster, from quarterback to wide receiver, running back, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, secondary, special teams. This is the best team in the NFL. They have the best coach in the NFL. That's right. I said it. I stand on it. Fight.
No arguments.
DeMeco Ryans is the best coach in the NFL right now. What he did with that team last year is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. What the quarterback did last year, unprecedented. With Nico Collins, and you're adding like this. Tank Dell was hurt most of the season.
Yeah, he got hurt like week 7.
No, I thought it was earlier than that.
It was probably like, I know it was before week 10.
So we didn't even get to see Tank Dell like that. Nico got to explode, and then you added Stephon Diggs. And
it's crazy because Nico exploded. Nico and Tank were quite literally on a tear before Tank even got hurt, and then Nico was the main focal point.
To be the number 2.
And that's the point. That's the point I was about to get to. Nico was supposed to be the number 2.
Tank Dell was supposed to be the one.
Tank Dell was the one, like literally, and both those guys were quite literally going off back to back weeks. Trust me, I know. I had him on my fantasy team.
So, so that's how I feel about that team. And then you added Joe Mixon to the mix,
which is crazy, by the way.
Which is crazy. Okay. So I don't need to really stay too much on the Texans. You already know how I feel about that.
Yeah, no, I issue the same sentiments. I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't have to stay on the Texans long. That boy, Coleridge Bernard, Stroud the fourth, he's coming, and actually not even coming. He's here, and that team is here. And until further notice, I'm not gonna lie to you. They got it.
Yeah, that team is gonna be good. So we go to Tennessee Titans. Another team, I put them in the New England Patriots conversation. I don't expect nothing from the Tennessee Titans.
I've always said that unless you were drafted there, Tennessee is where receivers go to die. It's where they go to retire.
I don't know why Calvin really did it.
I don't understand it. But yeah, no, they got a good. That's about it right there for me with the Titans. Every time I hear the Titans, every time I think about them, shout out to my boy Keith. I'm actually about to pull up on him after the show. He's a big Titans fan. But yeah, every time I think about the Titans, I'm thinking y'all got good receivers. Everybody, I don't really know what else to say about y'all. Like, nigga, you fired Frank Vrabel. You feel me? Like, I don't really know who's head coach over there now. I gotta look it up. I don't really know who the defense. Like, D Hop, you got D Hop, and you got Calvin Ridley. That's where I'm at with y'all. Okay, until I see further.
But I don't like none of the quarterbacks.
The quarterback, he drinks mayonnaise with his coffee. I can't let him live that down. I don't care. That's what it is. All right, it is what it is. Okay, you got a quarterback that eats mayonnaise with coffee, and you got some good receivers. Now, take that and do with it what you will. But yeah, we don't got high hopes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nope, 0. Where did I put that? Next up, Jaguars. I'm still waiting for Sunshine. You know, he's on his way. I know a lot of people, my cousin and my nephew in particular, refers to him as the Daniel Jones of the AFC South.
He was definitely Neff was a little rough on my boy Sunshine, man. Just a little bit.
Yeah, and and I don't see it that way. I just think bad organizations, it takes more time for them to self-correct. And the Jaguars weren't a good squad when he got there. So we
Definitely
can't, one person can't change that. It's going to take a little more.
Well, I mean, when you look at, and this is the thing, this is my problem when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, right? I'm just gonna lay it out. When you look at Trevor Lawrence, first of all, he came in turmoil. Okay, came in with a horrible team, right? Then you have to deal with the head coach who's incompetent, okay, and who's just a kid, okay. Then you get Doug Peterson, somebody who's a Super Bowl winning coach. You guys turn it around, have a really big season when it comes to, or a really solid season, end up upsetting the Chargers in the playoffs, right? The next year, you have, which honestly wasn't even really, speaking of that season where they went to the playoffs and they upset the Chargers, that wasn't even really Trevor Lawrence to like bust out a really big year, because you didn't have Zay Jones that year, or you did have Zay Jones that year, but he was hurt. That was the year prior to Evan Ingram's massive season, so he wasn't himself yet. This was mainly the Travis Etienne show. And then, so you really didn't get a really strong dose of what Trevor Lawrence can do. Main reason being is because they're still trying to figure out how exactly the offense works with them and how it works around them, right? So then you come back the next season, and now you have everything kind of clicking, right? Everything's going how it's supposed to go. Boom, Trevor's looking like a baller. You got Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram is going crazy. Travis Etienne, the defense is looking good. Then everybody gets hurt.
Everybody.
So it's like we haven't really got a chance to really judge him on a full season's work, because you've always had these outlying factors. Now, I'm not saying that some of those can't or won't be used or looked at as excuses, but I think you have to give him a whole season into which he has his whole repertoire at his disposal to really produce something, and really put something on tape, and then we can grade him out.
But I think we saw that. I think when they went to the playoffs and they won the playoff game,
I think that was true too. But even with that season, you don't have your number one receiver in Calvin Ridley.
Right.
So,
I'm just saying, but we've seen it when they stay healthy, what he's capable of doing.
But you give Trevor, and my point behind that whole spiel is, you give Trevor Lawrence a number one like a Calvin Ridley, somebody who's not going to get in trouble, and somebody who's going to stay healthy, and he doesn't have to rely on a tight end or Christian Kirk, who is legitimately a number 2, or Zay Jones, who is a number 3. And you give him a really good number 1, a solid number 2, and a solid number 3. And with Evan Ingram, that's when you can applicably judge him and really be like, okay, well, he had his whole repertoire at his disposal and still looked bad. Oh, okay, for sure. Now we can say that. But if he doesn't have a number 1 and he's doing this with number 2, 3s, and 4s, it's like, nah, he's at a level to where we have to respect him. But now let's wait till he actually gets his full repertoire and then see what he can do, which he had, and then everybody gets hurt, and then now everybody starts judging, oh, he's weak, he doesn't deserve the contract. It's like, wait a minute there.
Right.
That's your role, because from what he showed us, he does. So now, once we give him a more, or his whole repertoire, now we can see what he does with the money and as his full team at his full disposal, and see if he deserves not only the money but top 10 nods as people are giving him.
Yeah, and the last team, Indianapolis Colts, another team. They'll be a 500 team, maybe slightly above again.
This team, I think, is another team that's going to rely on the health of their young quarterback. If he can stay healthy, I think they'll be 500, maybe slightly 500, battling for a wild card playoff spot. I think their head coach is a really, really good head coach, and he knows what he's doing, especially offensively. So he's definitely going to keep them in contention. But when you have Jonathan Taylor, you got a guy like Michael Pittman, who everybody doesn't look as a superstar, but he's a solid number one. So we have to give him that respect.
He's a solid one. I mean, if he was in Jacksonville, speaking of going back to Jacksonville,
that would be crazy.
That'd be a good look for Trevor.
Like quite really. So when you have a team like that, like and a team with a really good defense, as Indianapolis constantly does have, they are going to be competitive. Like I said, looking at what they did last year with Gardner Minshew and that team and that defense and how competitive they were, and barely missing the playoffs. I think this year, if their young quarterback can stay healthy, they're like I said, they're going to be a tough out. Maybe a tough out in the first round, maybe a tough out in the wild card round, but don't sleep on the Colts, man. They always seem to, kind of sneak in there and fuck some shit up.
They find their way in the mix.
Mm-hmm. They always kind of sleep in there, seem to fuck some shit up, right? And next thing you know, they in the playoffs or fuck around in the NFC Championship, AFC Championship. Shout out to Peyton Manning.
They ain't gonna do that. That's for sure.
I think they're gonna do that. I'm just saying, you never know how these motherfuckers
do. The AFC, but if they do, then they hoop. They balling out of control.
Hey, man.
Moving to the AFC West. We'll start with the Denver Broncos.
I don't know what's going on in trading camp, but Bo Nix done aged about 15 years since he got there.
Didn't he? Bruh. I'm like, either that or like everybody else de-aged themselves.
That man is over there stressed, okay? With a K, not even the T, with a K from the South. He is stressed, all right? I don't know what Sean Payton over there doing to that boy, but goodness gracious.
Yeah, I think Zach Wilson wins the job, number one.
Oh, I think he does too. I don't think it's close right now.
Yeah, I think they'll have their bullshit. They're not a good team. They're not a good team. Anybody who goes into Denver thinking that this is going to be a team, if they have more than 5 wins, I'll be shocked.
Honestly, which I don't doubt because they tend to get lucky sometimes, right? Especially playing in their stadium.
I don't foresee them being competitive at all.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Wait a minute, didn't Jerry Jeudy go to the fucking? Didn't Jerry Jeudy go to the Browns?
Yeah, he did. He's in the Browns, and he's on the Browns now.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah. So then you got that over there too.
And then you might fuck around and lose Cortland Sutton in the middle of the season.
I think for the most part, that entire team that once was a couple years ago is going to be gone.
Yeah. You might fuck around, lose Cortland Sutton if somebody makes it.
The defense is not. The defense isn't the same. Like the Broncos, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
They're rough times going forward.
The Chargers, I expect to be good.
I expect them to be competitive. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the Chargers, but I do expect them to be competitive.
Yeah. I got them. See, everybody's gonna be. I got them the second best team in the division. You already know who I got as first. Don't ask.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But I think the Chargers, they surprise a lot. I think Justin Herbert takes the step that everybody's been waiting for him to take. I think this is the year he takes it. He's got the right head coach. That head coach understands what a quarterback needs to be successful. And he brought all of that in. Having Blake Corum, bringing in Gus Edwards. I believe J.K. Dobbins went there too.
Yeah, he's trying to build a really solid running back group. He was like, we don't have anybody to throw to, but that's fine because I won a national championship with.
Yeah, just running the route.
Yeah, so it's always for the Chargers. But I do expect them to be competitive. I know a lot of people are talking about their young receiver that they drafted last year, Quentin Johnson, but don't be surprised if all that talk, man, all that talk that motivated somebody. Because, a lot of people, these young kids, they live on social media, right? And they listen to what he can't catch a tear if it was running from his eye.
Which is
but
crazy because that's the month, and it's crazy that he's playing for Jim Harbaugh because that's the nigga at TCU that was cooking our ass in the goddamn bowl game.
It was. It was. It's wild. Shout out to all my Charger fans, all 5 of y'all. We're gonna.
Yeah. So the next one we got, I'll do this one first, only because it's always fuck the Chiefs. Always.
Oh, they did. Speaking of the Chargers, I think they should be all right at the receiver position, considering they got the young Rice. Young Rice over there. So, but as my boy Manny was saying,
it's fuck the Chiefs all the time. The Raiders quarterback. It's the only issue I got right now. Only issue. Defense look amazing.
Hey, the defense, man.
Defense looking nice.
By the way, they do got us projected as a top 10 defense right now.
Oh yeah.
Everybody know.
When they bring in one of them high priced cornerbacks. So
I was gonna say I just seen his name. Hold on. I just seen his motherfucking name. Let me just there you go. I can't even see it the green screen. It's Stephon Gilmore, by the way. But yeah, no, go ahead and just bring in my boy, man. Stop playing, or go ahead and bring in.
But I got the Raiders turning that corner. Even though I like I said, my only issue.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Devontae's not going nowhere. The quarterback spot. It's the only issue I got. Can O'Connell take the 2 steps that we need him to take? That's the question. If he can take the 2 steps, this team, and like I said, we got Christian McCaffrey light. This offense, Brock Bowers been looking like a monster.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Them 2 white boys over there, they've been over there going crazy.
The offense looks really good. Like I said, if the quarterback can just get it right, if Aiden O'Connell can get it right, I'm telling you, this Raider team is going to be scary. The defense going to be legit.
Mm-hmm.
The defense going to be legit. If the quarterback can get it right, there are weapons, and there's weapons everywhere. There's weapons at receiver. There's weapons at tight end. There's weapons in the backfield. This is going to be a hard team to scheme for because they can get it from anywhere.
It's going to be interesting. First of all, I know Colin Cowherd had his words about the Raiders, but we don't care because a lot of things Colin Cowherd says is absolutely stupid. So look, with everything that's going on with the Raiders right now, defense is looking solid. Offense is honestly looking great. And the quarterback battle is, as we knew it was going to be, a battle. I think ultimately right now it's pretty close. AP said he's not going to announce the quarterback, the starter, until probably closer to the season, which honestly I respect. But I think what this whole quarterback battle is who is going to be able to maximize the offense's potential the most. And right now it's looking like it's close. Like I said, it's really close. It's looking like Gardner has a slight edge, but it really just it's going both ways. Aiden is having his good days, having his bad days. Gardner's also having his good days, having his bad days. But it seems like Gardner is adjusting more to the bad days and adjusting more to kind of learning on the fly, to where Aiden, it kind of takes him a few practices to kind of get it. But I think it's close, and depending on who's a starter, that's, you really know that person really won the job in this aspect, because this is I think this is probably one of the most wide open quarterback competitions in the league right now.
And like I said, if you want to win this competition, I'm talking to Gardner and I'm talking to Aiden. You want to win this competition? Just throw it to 17.
Throw it 17 or shit. I think what they got Brock wearing 89 right now.
Yeah, just throw it to 17. You'll be all right.
Throw it 17, find 89, give it to that big ass fucking bell cow and Zamir White, or find my boy, my boy DL, Dylan Law. You know what I mean? And we out of there. You know what I'm saying? But that defense is going to be fucking disgusting. When everybody else,
If this
don't
might,
worry about your
do it right, if they do it right, this could be very Baltimore Raven-ish type of a team.
I think so too.
They do it right.
I think AP has the right recipe. And speaking of, before we move to the Raiders, just because I came back from Los Angeles, you bitch ass motherfucking LA teams, y'all bitch ass motherfucker, y'all know what y'all did, okay? Y'all know that, and I know it's okay. I know y'all are salty. It's okay, okay? I get it. Even the Rams, after y'all won y'all little championship in LA, y'all still don't get the same respect that the Raiders do, okay? I'm sorry. Chargers, y'all never going to get the respect that the Raiders do in LA, so just get up. But y'all gonna do steep so low as to hate on us to the point where we can't allow our LA Raider fans to come to the practices. We can't even announce. Okay, for sure. It's okay. It's okay. We understand that LA hasn't accepted you as its actual team yet. You guys are still on the outside looking in. That's fine. You guys are the Clippers of the football world.
Y'all are the Clippers.
And this is what it is. Two teams, you guys are the Clippers of the football world when it comes to the shadow that you live in of the Raiders. But that's okay. Mind you, the Raiders aren't even in LA. So just take that and do what you
That's how big the shadow is. Moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs, and we got footage from training camp. I told y'all this motherfucker can't throw from the pocket. I don't know why y'all keep. You know how bad that ball was thrown? That you tore dude's ACL?
And it's crazy because that was one of the tight ends. That was the tight end that they was relying on a lot last year when Travis Kelce wasn't really performing, or when he was kind of a little hobbled there. But
yeah, look, man, keep trying to tell y'all, if he's not running around like a goofy, he's not a good quarterback. He's just not.
I mean, I try to tell people.
Like that was a simple throw.
Who they gonna have? Like I said it. Okay, everybody. Who Chiefs you going 3P? No, they're not. They ain't gonna have nobody playing. Niggas is gonna be hurt or in jail. Okay, and I'm not advocating for nobody to get hurt. Shout out to that boy over there, 84. I forget his name, but he's a really solid player, really solid tight end.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna have nobody. Okay, you're not gonna have nobody. Travis Kelce gonna be too caught up in Swifty land.
Yeah,
right?
he did the cop mustache back and everything.
Yeah, like, you feel me? Patrick Mahomes is too worried about his brother and his dad getting out of trouble. Okay, the rest of his team can't stay out of motherfucking trouble. All right, they don't gonna have nobody to fucking play.
Nope. So, like I said, I keep trying to tell y'all, I don't care. I'm gonna be right at some point. So I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm right. They're not gonna make the playoffs this year. That's what I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm right.
Until it's right. Until we come. Yep.
And that's being a hater, dog. It is. I'm just a hater, and I'm proud to admit it. I don't care. Definitely. It's like me talking about the Cowboys. I don't like them. I will never give you anything good about the Cowboys. I just won't do it.
Definitely. Allow me to quote Kendrick Lamar. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Okay, I don't care, and I will forever be like that. Okay.
Look, I adopted this with me becoming a Raider fan. It came with hating the Chiefs, and I'm gonna stand on it.
I'm not even a Redskin fan. I just don't like the Cowboys. I'm just letting you know. I just don't like the Cowboys. I don't like Cowboy fans. I don't like nothing about y'all. Okay? I don't like shit about y'all. Okay? The fact that y'all start with, I don't like it. Okay? America's team. I don't know who the fuck up. I don't like it. I don't like nothing about the Cowboys. Okay? Nothing. So whenever somebody says I'm on the train, fuck the Cowboys all the time. Shout out to my boy Vic because he's a Cowboy fan. I'm always on fuck the Cowboys train. I'm always on it.
I'm surrounded by Cowboy fans. That's the crazy thing about it. And they all tell you.
So am I.
I give it to you all. Hold on. Matter of fact, I sent this to every Cowboy fan. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok who was rocking with us. Go to the TikTok, like the videos, have some fun with us. We be bugging out over here. Shout out to everybody who's still going through with the Eagles video, man. Y'all turned that video up. You hear me? I fucks with y'all. Y'all my people. Even though people calling us racist, like we're not racist.
Maybe a little bit. I'm just playing. YouTube don't cancel us.
Yeah, like we're not racist.
Hey man, whether it's Jerry, whether it's I don't know his other, all them Joneses over there. Okay, I don't even like Dallas. When I went out there, I ain't even like it. It was cold. It snowed. You niggas lied to me talking about it don't snow in Texas. Yes, the fuck it does.
Oh
okay?
Yes, it does.
Nigga, yes, the fuck it does.
It do. You crazy?
All right, you niggas lie. Okay, just like y'all lie every year talking about this is our year. No, it's not.
Oh, you know what? I don't even think I can play it because we might get a copyright strike. No. I'll put it in the video. I'll cut it up and I'll put it in. I can't do it.
Edit it and put it in the video.
We're probably gonna get a copyright strike. Well, no, we can't get a copyright. It's not a real song.
Technically, it's not.
Let's find out. There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out.
This is for you, Cowboy fans.
Shiggity wickedy slam, look up my talawat and bunny lang. And if you're looking for your 1 minute, man, I little lion sound, hear me I say, look. But we no give a F and we no give a Ralph's claw. Bedroom bully, make the sitting talk. Big dirty bass, that one you fooling like a hoodie pussy blood claw. You know we fooling.
Yo, Cash, we got one, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
And because we added the logo, you feel me, our little intro at the end, that shouldn't get copyright. Because it's technically our video because my boy edited it. So there you go.
So hopefully we won't get no strikes on it. But this how fuck you, Cowboy fan. I don't like y'all niggas. I really don't. All right, let's quick intermission in the middle of all this.
Shout out to my boy Vic being a good sport, man.
So, we're talking about day ones. I want it before everybody, attention spans get to losing. What I want to do moving forward with the show, especially with football season starting, we're going to get more people coming into the chat, more people talking, more eyes on the show. If you have a Black-owned business, inbox us. All right? So we can give you guys a shout out on the show. I already spoke to a couple of my boys out in New York, a couple guys out here in Vegas. I'd wear some of their clothes during the show, but I never gave them shout outs. So the goal moving forward is if I'm wearing something, do like a little ad for them. I'll do an ad for anybody who has a clothing line, whatever it may be. Hit us up. The goal is to support Black. We do a lot of talking about, we need to support Black-owned businesses. And this is going to be Inside the Huddle's way of helping those Black-owned businesses. So myself, Moolage, I'll talk to the guys on the other shows as well. So if you got something, you got a t-shirt company, you got a hat company, you do paintings, whatever it is that you do, and you want to, like I said, we're not a big show, but we can also help. We can help advertise and get your name out to the people.
Most definitely. Definitely something that we're gonna implement. Also, I wanted to say, if you have a small to medium, I don't want to say large because you guys have already have your gathering or your following, but if you have a small to medium nonprofit or charitable group that you would like to, people have a shout out or people to donate to, or just want to get their name out there, please inbox us, let us know. We will definitely shout them out multiple times in the show. We can make a banner, have it go across the screen, just like said. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content. But yeah, like I said, small to medium, we want to have everybody to have a voice and get their voice out there, get their brands, their corporations, their charities out there. So if you do have a small or medium charity or corporation that you would like for us to promote, for people to donate to, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will definitely do our best to get all of that coordinated for you guys.
Yep. And like I said, shout out to my to my day ones. Inside the thumbnail, that was basically, first day of training camp. Shout out to all the day ones, all the guys who showed up to training camp to get their football on, to get the NFL season kicked off. But it's also for us. I got guys that played in the league. I got guys I grew up with that I've known. We've been rocking since we were knee high. We're talking about 6 years old. Guys I've known for 40 plus years. So I definitely want to give those guys, because those guys actually on Facebook, they watch the show, they comment, they do the thing. So shout out, my cousin Eric. Him, that's my dude. Like, when I got to get him on the show, because me and him got some football stories. Like,
y'all got some words to handle. We got
war stories. So got to get him on the show one day. That's my guy. Also, he's not a day one, but he might as well be a day one. It's my brother. If you listen to the intro, you hear his voice. That's my brother, Doc Holla. Super rapper in California. Best rapper in California, if you ask me. But
shout out to bro. I'm always going to say my brothers is the best rappers in California, man. You feel me? Always.
So that's my guy. My band, Tony Rose. I don't know. Don't get mad at me if I'm using y'all government and then y'all get mad later, because I don't know if y'all wanted me to use governments or not. But that's my guy. Used to be a producer on First Take. So when you watch First Take, my guy's behind the camera doing his thing, setting up. He's a stage manager Tone on Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when Stephen A. talking about Tony, can you get the shot when he was on the older shows that he was talking about?
Yeah. So I was in. When they were out in Vegas, if you look at the crowd, you see that was me out there doing my thing. I post some of the videos. But that's my guy. He's another one. That's like my big brother. Basically, him and his little brother. Well, not little brother, but his little brother. But me and his brother used to play baseball together. So he's always been like an older brother to me. So when he comes through, me and him always chop it up. He's a big inspiration to me. My biological brothers, they already know. I ain't got to mention y'all. Y'all biological. That's blood. That's something totally different. But shout out to my brother Troy. Yeah, and I got my From the Sidelines family. These ain't day one. These are my day ones, but a different day one. Because the podcast, Troy gave me the break to get into this, to talk my shit, to get into this sports media, circuit. Hooked me up. That's how me and Moolage got it. I got hooked up with Moolage. GQ, Michael B, Boo Wop, the whole family. Like, I love y'all. So when we talk day ones, it's not just, dudes that you met when you were kids. It's really when you get to a certain stage in your life and those guys are there with you day one. And when it comes to this sports media stuff and this, talking sports and this From the Sidelines, these are my guys. These are my day ones.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I got a few different dudes, but like I said, even my guys that I'm talking about with the clothing line, Daryl, Reggie, Layop, my guys over there, Jim and Dre, like all you guys. I'm just giving you guys I'm just giving you guys those shout outs. I'll give more shout outs, down the line, but this is just the start of it. So shout out to my day.
Hey man, I feel you. I like to break it down by level. So Pop Warner, My day one is actually my coach. Shout out to my boy, Coach Tony. Man.
Right. See, that's the thing. See, now you're gonna make me look like an asshole.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got
know, man. Like Coach Green. Go ahead, man. I will get back.
You know, like, shout out to my day with Coach Tony. But my other day one, my boy Ray Phipps, man. Shout out, rest in peace to my boy, man, my brother. Day one of football. As soon as I got into Pop Warner camp, first day I got my pads on, bro was trying to take my head off, bro. 1-on-1s, calling me out, the biggest lineman in the goddamn team, calling me out. Me being a fucking at that time probably $120, and he's a whole 230, 245, and you know he's calling me out. But there was a reason for it. So shout out to my boy Ray, man. Rest in peace. High school. Shout out to my boy Mike Dubb, man. He was it's crazy because he was the guy who was always called up to be on varsity. You know, as a young age, he was on varsity as a sophomore, junior, senior, 3-year varsity player, and you know, being in the same class, there was always that kind of competition. But that's my guy, my brother, my best friend. We always, as soon as I got to varsity, my junior year, new to the school, so you know, I started to work my way up, and you know, earn my stripes out there. But as soon as I got to varsity, it was just always that competition aspect, just me and him, and we made each other better every single day, to the point where it's we literally ended up playing on the same side our senior year. So shout out to my boy Mike Dubb. College, it's actually a few people, but main one, shout out to my boy OG the Truth Green, my coach. Definitely wouldn't be here and know the things that I know without him. And I tell him that every single time I can. He probably hate hearing it, but nah, shout out to my boy OG the Truth. Shout out to my boy Digger, man. My boy Ron Digger taught me a lot, man. Wouldn't be the DB I was if it wasn't for my boy Ron. Shout out to my day ones, my true day ones when it came to living in a college type environment. My boy Shy, Randy, my boy Mike Spivey, Mike Dubb, Lucky Dozier. Trying to get you on the show, Luck. I promise you, Luck. I know you in Germany right now. You living it up. Shout out to you and the fam. I'm trying to get you on the show, my boy. I need you to stay up on me real late. It's going to be like a 3 a.m. show for you, but I'm trying to get my boy Lucky D on the show. Shout out to my boy Kenny, my big cousin DJ, big little cousin DJ, big little brother, Alabama graduate, national championship, NFL player. Shout out to my boy Rono TY. Shout out to all my guys, man. I know. Shout out to my boy Legend, my boy L, Free, my boy Bust Down. Yeah, man. Shout out to my guys, man. Be here without y'all, and I really appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, being in my life. And last but not least, definitely shout out to my family, my wife, my kids, my mom, of course, you know, my little brother, everybody who supports me every single day. And shout out to my day one, man.
Make me feel like an asshole. Right,
hey man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give it to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna try to go into real life soliloquy because I cry on camera. And I ain't trying to be all doing it here doing.
Right. See now, yeah, shout out, like I said, you know, to the missus. You see her, she was moving around in the back, you know, Miss Jackson, you know, my wife, because like I said, stages in life. She started day one of my life and what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it wasn't for her, not say it wasn't for her, but she's the one who put the battery in my back to get me back to coaching.
Yeah.
She's the one that literally was like, you know, I never met anybody who loves anything as much as I love dance until I heard you talk about football.
Mm-hmm.
And
share that passion.
Yeah. So that's, you know, shout out to her for that. She's been my rock, my day one, you know, since I met her. Like I said, my football coach, Coach Green, Larry Green, my high school coaches, Coach Al, Coach Green. I had a couple different coaches, Coach Greens. Everybody at August Martin High School, my New York Rebels. That's my heart. Like those, my New York Rebels. Y'all, to my day ones, shout out to everybody over there.
Yeah, man.
You know, football is a fraternity. So we got, you know, we create bonds and lifelong friendships through football. I did want to get in. I also want to get into the I'll before we get up out of here, I'll add the Tom Brady Hall of Fame speech because it kind of goes into what we're talking about right now with the day ones and what football has done for us as men, and it's football's a great sport.
Yeah.
It's a great sport. The life lessons that it gives you, you don't realize it when you're doing it, and it happens after you do it that you realize, damn, I get it now. I get it. The structure, the discipline, the humility, the strength, all of those things, you get it from playing football.
Yeah, the camaraderie, the togetherness, the it hits different, and like even just getting around, being able to talk about it, like Mel said, shout out to my podcast brothers, man. Definitely, giving people the confidence to really say what they want to say and kind of stand on it. Giving people the platform to, put what they would say in the text to a video, to have people actually, hear what you got to say and stand on it. So, like Mel said, shout out to Troy, shout out to my boy Mel. While we doing shout outs, we wouldn't be here without him. GQ, Michael B, Rod, Outlaw. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my boy Trey. I know you think I forgot about you, boy, but I didn't. Just the togetherness, the brotherhood or just the connections that sports brings to people. It's a different level, and I think a lot of people tend to kind of miss that nowadays. Sports is more than just a game. It's more than just a competition. It's it's something that people use to connect. Something that people use to save their life through the experience that they go through and the people that they meet. So like we said, man, shout out to all y'all guys, man, all y'all people. Y'all literally helped pave the way for the people that we are today. So
and people don't, for a lot of us, we didn't have, I'm not gonna say me, but a lot of guys who played football didn't have father figures. Football coaches became that. There's a lot of guys that didn't have siblings. Your teammates became that. You didn't have a lot of family structure. That football team became that. You create, that love that you may not have gotten at home. You stepped on that football field. Even though y'all was hitting helmets and doing all that, you understood that guy next to you always had your back. Always. That coach always had your best interest in mind when he was coaching.
Literally. And even down to semi-pro, you know what I'm saying? We know a lot of guys try to gloss over the adult Pop Warner, as y'all like to call it, but shout out to all my semi-pro guys. Like I said earlier, we can get into our day ones, and one of my day ones from semi-pro, not only my brother Q, shout out to my brother Q, but my brother Bryson, rest in peace. Definitely got me back into real life, to real football. Shout out to all my semi-pro guys, my coach OG Howard. Shout out to my boy Howard. Shout out to my high school coach TJ Ewan. Just man, it takes you to a different level, to the point where you be 30, 40, 50 years old still playing the game because you just want to be around your guys. So
that's it. And the stories is what the best part about it.
Literally. It's literally the random conversation that you hear DJ Moore and Kenny and Keenan Allen talking about. Man, it happens every day. And that's the best part. That's what people don't talk about when they talk about, the game of football, or really just sports in general, is the connections and the stories that you get.
Yep. And this, and then we can not gonna do the NFC. We're already running 2 hours in. We'll attack the NFC next week.
Most definitely.
We'll also get into, we'll get into the Hall of Fame game on Thursday, because we'll be right back on our scheduled day on Friday. So we'll get into the Hall of Fame game
definitely
with that. And what we want to do is end it with the GOAT. He did his Hall of Fame speech. Just gonna get it up. It just ties into everything that we was talking about. Yep. And what better way to end it Then with that, man, oh, my Wi-Fi coming up. Why is it taking so long to load up? But I just let it load up for a second. But yeah, man, like I said, reach out. I want to have, like I said, it's football season. I definitely want to have some more guests come up and talk it up with us.
Definitely. If you got the time, if you got the free time, if you got, you know what I'm saying, the phone, mic, whatever the case may be, some headphones, pop up on the screen, man. Let's talk your shit. Talk about your favorite team, talk about your favorite moments. For players, current players, ex-players, high school, shit, pop one. We'll get up here, we'll watch our language for the kids. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a story to tell, if you got some shit to talk about football, or you just like talking football, talking sports, go ahead and pop up on the screen. Shout out to my JC Rogers too. I know you think I forgot you, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my boy.
Another thing.
Pop up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear y'all thoughts.
Shout out to, I had an Uber driver the other day. This was a couple weeks ago. I told he got into the conversation. I talked to everybody about the podcast.
Yep.
And me and him chopped it up. He's like, yo, give me the podcast. I'll jump in. I told you, it all started about the Kendrick and Drake shit.
Yeah.
So, Mario, I'm gonna clip this up and send this to your phone so you have this. But giving you a shout out on the pod. Shout out to Mario, the Uber driver. We had a dope conversation. Hopefully I get him on. Seemed like a real interesting guy. I had another great conversation with a guy today. He does screen printing on shirts, of course. I was like, yo, I got a podcast. You want to do
you kind of, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do some work.
You know what I mean? So we can, I'm always talking about the pod. I'm always talking about my guys because I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of the work that Basket to Basket does. I'm proud of the work that Gentleman Talk does. I'm proud of the talk that PBT does. And I'm proud of the work that we do here at Inside the Huddle. So I love talking about it. And we're going to, like I said, the ascend to the top is coming. Just stay with us, rock with us. Stephen A, we're coming. We're going to be on your network. Just understand that. So when we make that move, everybody, don't be shocked. Just be like, yo, they said they was going to do it. They did it. All right? With that being said, let's listen to the GOAT, and then we're going to get up out of here.
Whatever makes them happy makes me happy. I would encourage everyone to play football for the simple reason that it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts and two-a-days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard.
Life is hard. Life is hard. Go listen to the rest of that. It's the GOAT. Football, like I said, the life lessons that this game gives us, you don't realize it until you're really in the mix of it. When you're realizing, them days you tired, you don't want to go to work, and this, get on up, man. Just get up. Get up, put your clothes on.
I always say the hardest part about doing anything is actually doing it.
Right. Same thing with me. Like I've been telling everybody, like, yo, I'm gonna get myself back in the gym. But it's easier to tell yourself not to go to the gym than it is to get your ass up and go to the gym.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I gotta tap into old Melvin. I gotta tap in to football. When I used to get up religiously, go run, hit the gym, without question. It was never asked. Like I just did it. I was on autopilot.
Didn't even think about it.
It was just part of my day. So if you're struggling with anything, I know Men's Mental Health Month was in June, but we talk to men all the time. This is another thing why we want to, talk. Me and Mullah definitely want to get into GQ. Definitely, the three of us, we we share that same mindset when it comes to men and the betterment of men and the mindset that a man has to have. So understand, like, if you're going through shit, Make sure you got good men in your circle. If you can't look to your left and talk to your brother and be like, yo, I need help with this. If that man can't help you, probably shouldn't have him in your circle. I'm just saying.
A wise man once told me, birds of a feather flock together. So don't get caught flying with no pigeons. You want to fly with the eagles.
Yeah.
Don't get caught flying with the pigeons because you think that numbers means more. Sometimes less is more. And eagles, they don't have flying partners. So when you see an eagle with another eagle, that means that they're bonded for life.
Yep. And these are my guys. Like, I'd rather run with 4 or 5 solid niggas than 1,000 wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my circle's tight. You know what I mean? So if I say Moolage is my brother, GQ, my brother, Troy, my brother, Boo-Wop, my brother. You know, Michael B is my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Doc Hollis, my brother. You know, Eric, my brother. If I use those words, you mean something to me.
Literally. It's a different level.
Totally different level. You know what I'm saying? I know we got deep at the end of this, but this is how much I care. This is how much I care about y'all.
But that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We can joke. We can, you know what I'm saying, play around. We can break down football. We get a little deep. You know what I'm saying? And saying give you some life lessons here and there. You know? You never know what you're going to hear inside the huddle.
Yep. So with that being said, we're going to get up on out of here. It's Sunday. We kept y'all here long enough. We're going to get back at it on Friday. It's official and officially football.
Literally. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Yeah, come on, push your button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn